Tonight, breaking news on the Supreme Court battle after the vote. Brett Kavanaugh will be the High Court's next justice. From outrage to celebration, reactions from all sides. Even the First Lady, who rarely talks politics, weighing in from the sands of Egypt. Keeping our kids safe, how officials are using new technology to make sure they always know who's in the building. Risking it all to help victims of the unthinkable. An important conversation with one of this year's Nobel Peace Prize winners. It's one of the most popular drinks in America, but a new lawsuit alleges that LaCroix sparkling water isn't quite what it says it is. And saving the ocean's treasures, how scientists may have found a way to bring dying coral quickly back to life.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening, everyone. Brett Kavanaugh has just been sworn in at a private ceremony as an Associate Justice on the U.S. Supreme Court, hours after his confirmation by the full Senate, voting in a dramatic Saturday session 50-48, cementing Kavanaugh's lifelong appointment to the nation's highest court. Vice President Pence presiding over the historic moment set against the backdrop of protests on the Capitol steps. But neither demonstrators nor opposing Democratic senators could halt the momentum of recent days that pushed Kavanaugh past allegations of sexual misconduct. It's a victory for him, for Senate Republicans and President Trump, who watched the vote while aboard Air Force One en route to Kansas. In a tweet, Mr. Trump congratulating the U.S. Senate for confirming, quote, our great nominee. Kelly O'Donnell leads us off tonight. Kelly?
Good evening, Lester. President Trump did watch from his Air Force One cabin, surrounded by reporters, as Brett Kavanaugh was confirmed. The president has now put his imprint on the Supreme Court with two conservative justices. He will take a victory lap tonight at a rally in Kansas after what he called a horrible attack by Democrats on his new justice. On this day to tally the final votes, thousands marched on the U.S. Capitol demanding to be counted. Scores arrested after charging the Capitol steps, trying to wield last-minute influence against the odds.
Never over until the votes are counted.
This fight is not over. This is one battle, but we are going to keep going.
The free speech on display also came from those who believe Brett Kavanaugh is the right choice.
I've just had it, and I just feel like I need to support my president, Judge Kavanaugh, and my country.
Many stood up for sexual assault victims and against Judge Brett Kavanaugh, who fought back against decades-old sexual misconduct allegations.
This is not okay with American women.
Others said they believed Kavanaugh's denials over Christine Blasey Ford's accusation.
There's no evidence to corroborate her claims, and you're going to ruin his life. Is that fair?
A rare comment from the First Lady, ending her Africa tour in Egypt.
Judge Kavanaugh, I think he's highly qualified for the Supreme Court. I'm glad that Dr. Ford was heard.
At the White House, President Trump left for a campaign trip.
I think he's going to make us all very proud. I also feel very strongly that in the end, maybe the process, it was really unattractive, but the extra week was something that I think was really good.
Inside the Senate chamber, Democrats argued their next step must be action on Election Day.
There is one answer: vote.
While Republicans embraced their narrow victory.
Judge Brett Kavanaugh is among the very best our nation has to offer. He will make the Senate and the country proud.
With the vice president presiding, protesters tried to interrupt the actual vote.
The sergeant at arms will restore order in the gallery.
But the narrow margin was enough.
On this vote, the ayes are 50, the nays are 48. The nomination of Brett M. Kavanaugh of Maryland to be an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States is confirmed.
And Brett Kavanaugh will be sworn in privately tonight as an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court. Kelly O'Donnell, NBC News, the White House.
For more on today's historic vote and its impact, I want to bring in our chief White House correspondent, Hallie Jackson, along with Casey Hunt on Capitol Hill. Casey, if I can begin with you. This contentious battle is, openly really some deep partisan rifts in the Senate and across the country. Is there any sense from either side how they want to try and heal this divide?
You're right, Lester. The country is more divided than ever, and so is the Senate. And this fight just turned those divisions into open wounds. One Republican said that the Senate has absolutely hit rock bottom. And tonight we are exactly 1 month out from the midterm elections. Both sides expect an absolute brawl. Republican Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says that the protesters, and he called them the mob, have done what he wasn't able to do by himself, and that's energize the Republican base. But for Democrats, the stakes really could not be higher. This fight might make it harder for some Senate Democrats in red states to keep their seats, but it could make the path to win back the House for Democrats that much easier. Lester.
All right. And Hallie, what are you hearing from the president?
Well, the president tonight, Lester, is dismissing those protests that we've seen here in Washington. And he's dismissing, it seems in large part, Christine Blasey Ford's sexual assault accusation against Brett Kavanaugh, saying to reporters he is 100% certain that she named the wrong person. Remember, it was just about a week ago that he said that Ford's testimony was compelling and credible. But pull back, make no mistake about it. Tonight is a major political win for this president. I'm told he is feeling confident and optimistic about how this plays into the midterms. He's been seeing the polling, the Republican enthusiasm Casey's talking about. The question is it a sugar high or can it last to November? Lester.
Hallie Jackson tonight, thanks. We now turn to Indonesia, where tonight we're learning how hundreds of violent criminals escaped following last week's earthquake and tsunami. The death toll is rising, too, now more than 1,600. And we're finding out that parts of the country may never be rebuilt. NBC's Bill Neely is there and has this report.
It's a street of death. 14 bodies removed from its rubble in minutes today. Entire families, 2 brothers, found hugging. The deep mud holds hundreds of victims. Rescuers will stop digging soon and turn this into a mass grave.
This mosque doesn't belong here. It was moved several hundred yards. The school beside it too. Luckily, classes had finished for the day. And that's the only lucky thing that happened here.
Roads end suddenly. Ships sit on city streets. There's a sea of mud around Palu.
I'm hungry.
And so many want to escape. Some do, the injured, the old, carried to a military plane, still suffering. They can leave their city, but not their trauma behind. 600 prisoners left their jail behind, escaping when the walls fell down.
Go.
This convicted murderer came back after checking his family was alive. Rebuilding this city will take years. Too late for so many here. Bill Neely, NBC News, Palu, Indonesia.
And we're back in this country now with one of the most popular beverages in America, and it's really pretty simple, flavored sparkling water. But now some are saying LaCroix isn't all it's cracked up to be. A lawsuit has bubbled up, questioning the nature of some of the ingredients. Our Matt Bradley has that story.
As one of the most popular fizzy drinks in the country, the class action lawsuit against LaCroix's parent company is getting a lot of attention from consumers.
For me, it's the honesty component that bothers me.
The suit claims LaCroix contains ingredients that have been identified by the Food and Drug Administration as synthetic, saying some of the ingredients in these familiar cans are also used in insecticide. Scientists say that might be misleading. The suspect substances are found in things like citrus peel, even though they're classified as synthetic.
But when it comes to a product like canned sparkling water, or really anything you buy in a store, what does a term like natural even mean anyway?
Experts say there's a real lack of clarity.
If you just say natural without any explanation, it may mean so many different things. It's not that much a meaningful concept.
But it is a concept that drives sales. Revenue for the company that makes LaCroix rose more than 50% in the past 3 years. On Friday, it fired back, calling the allegations misleading. All ingredients in LaCroix are natural. While it prepares to fight the suit in court, LaCroix now needs to convince a new generation of drinkers that all natural means what it says. Matt Bradley, NBC News.
We entrust our educators with our most valuable treasures, our kids, and given the seemingly constant stream of shootings and other violence in schools that they contend with these days, it's no wonder that some are turning to advanced new approaches to securing schools. NBC's Raheem Ellis takes us inside one school, leading the way.
How you doing, big man? At St. Therese School in Seattle, the principal, Matt DeBoer, says security is his #1 priority.
Nothing's more precious than our children, and
If you don't feel safe, you can't learn.
His concern heightened after a spate of deadly school shootings in the past year. That's why, starting this semester, St. Therese is using facial recognition software. It's one of the first schools in the country trying the technology. Similar systems are already used in some airports, train stations, even sporting events. Do you feel safer?
I do believe this technology has created a safer environment for our children. We can see where we couldn't see before.
Here's how the real network software called Safer works. First, video cameras are placed around the building. You got a camera here. Then you register in the school computer. Once approved, your name is added into the system. Then when you get to the school door, you don't even have to ring the doorbell. Just smile, and the system lets you right in so you can go straight to the front desk. Now just used for staff here. Visitors must be approved before being let in. And if someone is a known threat, as in this demonstration with a Real Networks employee,
threat detected,
the system alerts school staff and the doors stay locked. Real Network CEO Rob Glazier is offering the software to schools around the country for free.
No way would I say it's the end-all be-all for school security, but what Safer can do is can help people identify people who are not supposed to be on the campus.
But some critics worry the information could end up in the wrong hands.
I have no doubt that at some point some of it will end up on some rogue website somewhere out there on the internet and it won't be able to be gotten back.
Important concerns as educators consider high-tech upgrades in school security, but wonder, will they pass the test? Rahima Ellis, NBC News, Seattle, Washington.
It seems the Me Too movement hasn't escaped the attention of the Nobel Committee, which just announced the winners of this year's Peace Prize. They are 25-year-old activist Nadia Murad, who was tortured and raped by ISIS, and Denis Mukwege, a Congolese doctor who has treated thousands of rape survivors. NBC's chief foreign correspondent Richard Engel visited with Dr. Mukwege at his clinic in one of the world's most dangerous places.
Dr. Denis Mukwege won the Nobel Prize for his work at this clinic in Congo, which we visited in 2016. All of these women have been raped.
So I see you have a still nursing little boy. How old is your son?
The child is sick and myself am sick.
Her name is Letitia. The rapist gave her and her baby HIV.
Doesn't it overwhelm you?
This is sometimes just breaking my heart, but I feel that I'm powerless.
But Dr. Mukwege is far from powerless. Over 2 decades, he's operated on more than 45,000 rape survivors. Militants in Congo use rape as a weapon to frighten villagers off their land, especially if the land is rich with minerals. Dr. Mukwege has to travel with bodyguards. The gangs tried to kill him. It didn't stop him.
I can see how women are strong to fight. This is something really pushing me to go on and say it's not the end, but we have to fight.
Dr. Mukwege was here performing surgery when he learned he'd won the Nobel. Now his work giving care and hope is being recognized, but sadly, it's not finished. Richard Engel, NBC News, Bukavu, Congo.
A brave hero being recognized around the world tonight. Still ahead this evening, beautiful coral reefs so vital to sea life, but also in danger. Now the accidental discovery helping them grow in record time.
We've transformed this home to show the new Keurig K-Cafe brewer is so easy, it makes any house a coffee house.
Whiskey's Coffee House is open!
Pop that in for a coffee, or brew a shot and froth fresh milk for a latte or cappuccino.
Easy peasy.
Now she's a barista.
We got the best coffee in the world being made by an underskilled staff.
Excellent.
It's so frothy. A little piece of heaven.
Thank you, but how's the coffee? Latte for no one?
Nelson.
Sorry?
That's for Nelson. Latte for Nelson.
That's not what it says here.
New Alka-Seltzer Plus Power Max Gels. Concentrated power, 25% smaller pill. Max your cold relief with Alka-Seltzer Plus.
When you combine Ancestry's DNA test with its historical records, you could learn you're from Ireland, Donegal, Ireland, and your ancestor was a fisherman. With